Good morning. Welcome to Tai Chi. Everybody ready? Let's warm up. Hands at your waist. Turn your neck. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Stretch your neck. Point your chin out, then retract it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your shoulders, lift them up, curl them around. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Expand your chest. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Waist exercise. You're going to interlock your fingers. You're going to stretch it up to the sky. You're going to turn your hips and waist to peek at the heel of your opposite foot. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Airplane. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Touch toe. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Turn your hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, this next one is called kick your foot. So in order for us to kick our foot, we have to take some precautions, okay, because we're going to be balancing on one foot. So the way to do it is to center ourselves. So part of centering is to balance correctly. So we're going to have to put our hands at our waist. We're going to kick our right foot because only the weightless foot can move. So the left foot has to be grounding us. We have to obey gravity. We have to drill down or root down on our left foot in order to create a weightless foot to kick out. Okay, so here we go. Take your time. If my counting is too fast, it doesn't matter. Just do what you can do. Okay, hands at your waist. Concentrate hard. drill down on your left foot, kick your right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. The other side, drill down on the right, kick your left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Good. This one's called kick your butt. See if you can do that. So you saw what I did. I opened my span slightly. I'm going to keep my hands at my waist. I'm going to shift to one side. This time I'm going to shift to my left to allow my right foot to kick up and alternate like this. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Very good. Turn your knees. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This next one is called Heisman. So just like the person who gets a Heisman Trophy, we're going to fashion a form like him. We're going to open up our span. We're going to put our right hand on the outside, and we're going to shift our weight to the right. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Get a good stretch. Short one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Other side. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So that is a good portion of our warm-up exercise, which we'll do every time you come. So the body needs to warm up in order for it to work efficiently to learn good Tai Chi. Our warm-ups continue, but now we're digging a little bit deeper into Tai Chi. So what we're going to do now is to learn to be a golden cockerel. But the golden cockerel stands only on one foot, okay? And you'll soon learn that Tai Chi is symmetrical, so we have to take care of both sides. So when golden cockerel stands on its left, golden cockerel will then have to stand on its right. Okay, but I must admit that this does take precautions, but I'm using something that I want to teach you to bring my balance a little bit more powerful and a little bit more sturdy, okay? So try to listen and watch. When we stand on one foot, we have to make sure that we're obeying gravity. Once we don't obey gravity, no matter what we do, gravity's going to pull us down and we're going to fall. So when we obey gravity, we have to, like we just did with when we kick our foot, we shifted our weight to one side. We drill down so that it's fully weighted to allow that other foot to come up and kick or come up and be a golden cockerel. So that's one strategy, drilling down, obeying gravity to allow only the weightless foot to come up or the insubstantial foot to come up. But there are several other things. Listen carefully. When we do that, there is a counterbalance. We want to make sure we're stable, so one hand sits in the middle, just like that foot coming up, but the other one sits to the side and pushes down while the right hand and the right foot come up. Similarly, when I shift my weight, I'm drilling down, I'm bringing up my left foot, I'm bringing up my left hand, pushing down this way, counterbalancing myself. Okay, so I'm going to turn this. So another thing that I need to tell you is that we all have a central point in our body, the center of gravity. The center of gravity in each of us is in the area 2 inches below your navel. So if you say this is 2 inches below your navel in the center of your body, that is your center of gravity. So as long as the center of gravity is there for you and you're concentrating heavily on that center point, you will probably have better balance. Once the center goes off that middle portion, either to the sides or the back or the front, you will feel wobbly. So take that into consideration. I'm going to turn around and I'm going to try to help you. Okay, so Ken just whispered to me that I forgot to teach you a posture. So there's a definite posture in Tai Chi. So when I tell you, try to describe the elements to you, then you can't kind of do it, okay? So we're not exactly like a rag doll, but we are not a soldier. So can you be a soldier like me? Throwing your shoulder and your back. We're not like that. But we are a semi-rag doll, so our shoulders drop. Okay, can I see your shoulders drop? As a result of your shoulders dropping, I saw physically that someone's knees also dropped. The knees are very relaxed, not locked in, because you don't want to lock the channels of your system, but you want to allow the channels to be open to allow the energy or chi to flow. So as a result of our shoulders dropping, our knees are relaxed, our butt is tucked under rather than protruding out or stiff as a board, so they're tucked under. As a result, the chest is hollow now. It's not flat as a board, but it takes a dip. Our head is straight up as if we were a marionette. So in a marionette or any type of puppet, there's a string, at least a string through the center of our skull or the puppet skull that helps the puppet to dangle around. Well, we're that puppet. We need to dangle around, but yet we need to be straight up on our spine, but we need to be relaxed. The tongue is on your palate, not pushing against your teeth, but on your palate to allow for better breathing. Your mind is active. That's really an important aspect in Tai Chi. Mind is active, so you're going to be thinking about good thoughts, not the stuff you're going to do after class or what needs to be done. All of that is still outside. You're in Tai Chi, you're thinking good thoughts, either a picture or an experience, okay? So as we age, we tend to hunch, so we want to make sure that our spine is straight up, but at the same time, our shoulders are dropped, okay? So that's about 8 to 10 elements. So let's see if we can incorporate some of that and be a golden cockerel. So remember, you have a point of gravity 2 inches below your navel. We're going to be a golden cockerel standing on one foot, first on its left and then on its right, okay? Take it slowly, take it safely. You're going to shift your weight to the left, bring up your right foot, bring up your right hand, push down your left hand, push as you bring up your right. Shift your weight to the right, push down the right, bring up the left. Okay? Let's just kind of experiment for a little bit. Get our bearings. One more set. This is one, the first part of the set, and this is the second part of the set. Okay? So in your quiet time, you can practice that. So some days we say, oh wow, I'm getting it, I can balance well, and then other days you feel like, why am I regressing? But that's just the way a ball bounces. Don't take it so seriously. But what you should do is learn more about your body in doing this. So you tell yourself, I'm concentrating, I have good Tai Chi posture, and it will grow on me over a period of time. It's not magic. It's not going to kick in just because you've listened and you've tried it out 1 or 2 times or for a few minutes. So you have to remember that in Tai Chi, we want to bring a sense of peacefulness, a sense of calmness, sense of relaxation. But yes, there's anxieties because you want to do everything correctly. But let it be known that all of us have the same mindset. But Tai Chi is a journey. It can't be accomplished in a set amount of time, but over a big period of time. And each path you take should be positive and enjoyable. You learn more about yourself. The best way to know about anybody as yourself is learning through experience, okay? No matter how much I tell you, to feel that sensation of confidence and balance stays with you, okay? So the next one now is kicking out. And you know, over the years I've lived with myself, and this is my kick out. Okay, let me do it first, and let me tell you how best to do it. Okay, so remember when we did a golden cockerel, we said that we're concentrating and we're also counterbalancing. Every time you want to kick with your right foot out, the right hand helps you to follow the kick. And your eyes are really important because it helps you to balance, it helps you to see, it helps you to focus. So you not only kick to your right, your hand follows that kick, but your eyes follow the right, the kick that the side of your body that you're kicking out on. So I'm stable. I have 50% of my weight evenly distributed. I'm not tight in, I'm not wide apart. This is my center. I gather my energy by bringing it towards the center of my body. My right hand is on the outside, my right foot is trying to come up while my hands are coming up, and then I follow my kick. I come down, it's 50-50, I shift my weight to the right, my left hand is on the outside, and my left foot is coming up, and I kick out left and I follow it. And the other hand counters me. It doesn't come out this way, it counters me. Okay, so that I'm in the center and I have a balance. Okay, let's try that, okay? So we're opening up here. We have good Tai Chi posture, which I assume that you're still using. We're going to kick out with our right foot. Therefore, our left foot should have all our weight. Our right hand has to be on the outside of the cross. So can you show me your right hand on the outside of the cross? Good. And it's towards the center of your body rather than favoring either side. Okay, so here we go. Right hand on the outside, shift your weight to the left foot. Right foot comes up, kick out right. Down, 50-50. Left hand on the outside, drill down on the right foot, kick out left. Switch the side, right hand on the outside, right foot coming up, kick out right. Shift weight to the right, left hand on the outside, left foot coming up, kick out left. One more set. Shift weight to the left, right hand on the outside, right foot coming up, kick out right. Shift your weight, left hand on the outside, drill on the right, left kick. Okay? So that's going to be part of our warm-ups, okay? And don't worry about it. You don't have to kick high. All we're looking at, knowing more about our body, seeing what our body can do to help us stay stronger, giving us more stamina, more muscle strength, and more confidence to prevent falling or to give us more balance. So all of these little workouts or movements that are going to be Tai Chi related will help you with your balance and learning to center yourself, okay? Any questions so far? So we went through warm-ups, we went through the golden cockerel, we went through the kicking out, and we talked about Tai Chi posture, okay? Now we're going to go into the set itself. So I want to give you the experience of doing Yang 10 form. Yang 10 form means that we are teaching you Yang style Tai Chi, which is what I had earlier said is rounded, it's soft, it's smooth, whereas there are other styles that are very abrupt and forceful. They may come from the Chen style. Okay, so Yang is soft. Every style, I must say, gives you Tai Chi benefits. Okay, so whenever anybody asks you, or you tell people that you do Tai Chi, and they'll probably say, oh, what style are you learning? And you don't say you don't know, it's Yang style, Y-A-N-G. Sometimes people say Yang style when both are correct, okay? So when you watch me and try to do the Tai Chi that I'm going to teach you over the 15 weeks, don't worry, you know, you're a clean slate, you'll absorb things, but I just want to give you the overview of what we're going to learn, okay, and we'll talk about it after we do it, okay? So we're in good Tai Chi posture, and you notice that my feet are not in here, they're not out here, but they're almost a tile block size or width, okay? I'm going to actually bring it in a little bit more. I have good Tai Chi posture, which means dropping the shoulder, middle finger at the side seam of your pants, tucking your butt under, hollowing out your chest, tongue on your palate. Good thoughts, head straight up. Okay, this is commencing form. Shift weight to the right, drill down to allow the left heel to come up. On your toe, off the ground, toe down, arch down, heel down. Hands rotate to the middle of the thighs as you take a deep breath in as we elevate both hands as if we're drawing up water. At shoulder level, we reverse the process by making ourselves small. How? Drop your shoulders, flex your knees, tuck your elbow. Push down that water. Leave the left hand in the center while the right hand rises up higher as you glance at it. Open the palms to the ceiling. Watch the backhand as you bring it to the ear. Turn your head and neck, meet the hands in the middle, and we're going to repulse the monkey by pulling the bottom hand or left hand back at the same time pushing the top hand forward. Push back, push forward. Tai Chi is symmetrical, so we do the other side. Left hand rises up higher, we glance at it, we open the palm to the ceiling, we bring the back hand to our ear as we glance, we turn our head and neck, and we repulse the monkey. That's 2 movements right there. Now we're going to create a letter T with our feet, the capital letter T. But our hands are this way, right hand higher, left hand at your shoulder. We're going to multitask. We're going to come out with our heel, and we're going to turn our hips and waist, and we're going to brush our knee. We're going to sit back and we're going to sit down. We're going to pivot on our heel. Our left hand is higher. Our left foot is drilling down to hold our balance. We're going to brush our knee. 3 things happen. Ear, hand, and heel. Turn the hips and waist as you brush your knee. We're going to sit back and we're going to sit down. We're going to pivot. We're going to hold our Tai Chi ball, the left hand 2 inches below your navel, the right hand at chest level on a T stance. We're going to part the wild horse's mane. We're going to step out. The bottom hand advances to go up to the horse's mane. Sit back, sit down, pivot on your left heel, hold your ball for better balance on a T stance. We're going to part the wild horse's mane. We're going to step out with our left heel, the bottom hand advances, and it goes up the horse's mane. We're going to be floating clouds. We're going to flip the hand, we're going to join them. We're looking at a face of a clock at 3 o'clock. We're going to sit back, sit down. We're going to pivot, we're going to come to 12 o'clock. We want to get out to the 9. We're going to use our heel and turn our hips and waist, close the feet, change the formation of our hand. Out to 3 o'clock, we're going to flip and open. At 9 o'clock, we're only going to do one thing, flip the hands. using your hips and waist to get out to the 3 o'clock when two things happen. Flip the hands, close the feet. 12 o'clock, stem and cup. 9 o'clock, two things happen. Flip the hands, open the feet. 3 o'clock, flip the hands, close the feet. Oh, I did something wrong, okay? Okay, we're gonna get out to the 3 o'clock. Only one thing happens, flip the hands. But at 12 o'clock, we're gonna turn ourselves into a golden cockle. And the other side. And then we're gonna be kicking out. Right hand on the outside, right foot coming up, kicking out right. Down, left hand on the outside, left foot coming up, kicking out left. We're gonna hold our ball on a T stance, and we're gonna ward off our opponent. We're gonna step out and we're gonna forearm him and push him out. We're gonna turn the hips and waist and we're gonna grasp the bird's tail. A nice way of saying pulling down our opponent and contacting with him and pushing him out through the center of our body, rolling back, using his energy to then push him out. We'll do the other side, twist step, T stance, holding your ball. We're going to ward off our opponent, stepping out, forearming him and pushing him out, saying, give me my space. We're going to turn our hips and waist and we're going to grasp the bird's tail. We're going to contact and we're going to push from the center of our body, all that energy. We're going to bring it back, and with power, we're going to then push him back out. We're going to apparently close, twist, open twist, in twist. We're going to embrace the tiger, and we're going to bring him up. We're going to push him closer to our chest. I'm going to push him out, and we're going to make ourselves small, dropping our shoulders, flexing our knees, as we now close our form, okay? So as you can see that I used words that conjured up force and defense. So you may already know that Tai Chi is a gentle, dance-like exercise, which is often referred to as meditation in motion. So we are actually meditating, and we are in motion, but all our movements are martial arts related. Tai Chi came many centuries ago from China. It was first created and devised in a monastery where the monks, who were very tuned into nature, watched various animals. They then set it to motion and learned to use it as a defense. Years later, they developed it into a dance, which is very, very popular today, okay? So don't be intimidated. Those are 10 movements that we will spend time in and learning about. What I hope you will do is enjoy the journey, have fun with yourself, get to know others in your class, probably in the same station in life, you know, trying to get better balance, trying to get stronger, trying to build up something that they feel is a little weak upon themselves. And as you grow through 15 weeks, I can almost, not really guarantee, but I'm kind of certain to say that you will feel a little bit better about yourself, okay? Better in that you will have strength, more vitality, more energy, and your outlook in life would be more positive, and you will be tuned into not only people and others, but also nature and things around you, okay? Besides many, many health benefits, and you can read a ton about them in tests and experiments that they do for Tai Chi. So this time now, I will try to teach you a few movements, okay? And I think we can handle that. So we're going to learn how to commence, which is the same way in all the different yang style forms. And then we're going to learn to repulse the monkey, okay? So follow as best as you can and enjoy your participation. I'm going to turn this way. I'm going to ask you to implement your Tai Chi posture, dropping the shoulders, good thoughts, head erect, spine straight, butt tucked under, hollowed out your chest, your knees not locked, okay? Commencing form, you're at 50-50. You're gonna slowly give the weight to your right foot. 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 allows you to create a weightless foot. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. Hands rotate to the middle of your thighs. You're gonna elevate your hands and take a deep breath in. Inhale as you drop the water. At shoulder level, you're gonna drop your shoulders, flex your knees, tuck your elbow, exhale. Leave the left hand in the center, the right hand rises up higher. You open the palms to the ceiling. You watch that right hand come to the ear or head. You turn your head and neck. I'm going to turn around and show you. You meet the hands in the middle like this, and then you slide. Slide forward and slide back. Leave the right hand in the center. The left hand rises up higher. You open the palms to the ceiling. You bring it to the ear as you glance. You turn your head and neck. You meet the hands in the middle, and you slide forward and you slide back. Repulsing of the monkey. Okay, one more time. So you can reposture or, loosen up a little bit. Create your Tai Chi posture. Actually, I'm going to bring it in a little bit more. Commencing form. You're at 50-50, shift weight to the right, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100 allows you to open, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 50-50. Hands rotate to the middle of the thighs. Take a deep breath in as you elevate both hands, as if you're drawing up water. Shoulder level, reverse the process, make yourself small. Left hand in the center, right hand rises up higher, glancing as you open. Bring the back hand to the ear. Turn your head and neck. Meet the hands in the middle and repulse the monkey. Push him away and pull him back. Leave the right hand in the center. Left hand rises up higher as you glance. Bring the back hand to the ear. Turn your head and neck. Meet the hands in the middle as you repulse the monkey. This is a drill. Left hand in the middle, right hand higher, glancing and bringing it to the ear. Turn the head and neck, meet in the center, repulse of the monkey. Center, left hand higher, glancing, bring it to the ear. Turn the head and neck. Meet in the middle, pull back, push forward. One more set. Center the left hand, right hand higher, bring it to the ear, turn your head and neck, push and pull. Center the right, left hand higher, open the palms, glance and bring it to the ear, turn the head and neck as you repulse the monkey. Okay, very good. So we're getting started, right? You got 2 movements under your belt already. So this is what I try to teach you, and I'll face you so that you can see now what my hands are doing since you were not able to see it fully. So I'm going to create my good Tai Chi posture, and I'm going to commence. Take my deep breath in. Push down that water. Center my hand. Glance and open. Bring it to the ear. Turn the head and neck. Repulse of the monkey. What I do on one side, I balance off and do it on the other side. So 2 movements. Okay, and I don't see that anybody has any difficulty. So let me call out some of the characteristics that we need to be aware of when we do Tai Chi besides Tai Chi posture. So oftentimes we read and hear that Tai Chi is very unique because all the time that you're doing any Tai Chi, you're in a semi-squat position. What does it mean to squat? It means to lower yourself. In what we just learned, we can never be straight up and locked through our knees. But remember, in order for our butt to tuck under and to hollow out our chest, we're going to have to relax the knees. Once you tighten up your knees or any joints, and I'll talk about this one in a few minutes, you are locking the energy, the internal energy that you each have within yourself. When you lock that energy, then that energy stays there and does not move as efficiently. So what we want to do is learn more about ourselves so that that flow of energy can smoothly move within your system, circulate within you. So we know that once we straighten up and lock this knee, it's not Tai Chi, but we don't want to at the same time bend it, because when we start, there is no energy yet, but we want to be ready for that movement, and we want to keep the knees relaxed, okay? Now, when we repulse the monkey, you were good in that you left one in the middle and you looked at the other one up higher. But I didn't tell you, but I will tell you now, that when you watch and you push and you pull back, we don't want to extend the forward hand and lock this either. Just the way I told you that we should not lock our knees. We need to have them relaxed. So the top of our body matches the bottom of our body. The principle remains the same in that Yang style Tai Chi is always rounded, soft, and not angular and not forceful. So everybody use one hand, right or left, and say, force it out. So this now joint is locked. So what can we do to counter that? When we repulse the monkey, it's still going out, but it's soft. So I still have a bend in my elbow, whereas if I didn't know that, I would be pushing out and keeping this very tight. So this has to be soft, okay? Okay. So you found something that's very characteristic of any kind of dance, in that you can follow me if I'm like you, but you then can't see what I'm doing in the front. Therefore, I did it this way. Then all of you decided, well, I'm not going to waste my time. I'm going to follow Lucy while she's facing us. And then you said, but which side am I supposed to? You don't know your right or your left as well as if I were this way. So that happens in hula, in ballet, everything. So that's part of our process, our journey in learning. We will get to it. We don't have to go and reach for that 100% yet. We can work at our 20 and 30% because we know that Tai Chi is going to grow on us, okay? So you remember I said that the bottom portion of your body matches the top portion, or vice versa. And so far we looked at what our upper body can do, okay? And we sort of looked at some of the things of our lower extremities. So Tai Chi is a discipline. That means that there are set guidelines, there are principles in which it uses to help us to be stronger. So I'm going to kind of dig in because I know that you're really following me and you're really gung-ho, okay? So this time we're going to concentrate on our lower body, okay? So we're going to put our hands at our hips, okay? And you can still drop those shoulders, right? You can raise them, and I don't want you to do that. I just want you to relax, okay? But we're not going to do much with our hands this time because we're concentrating on our feet or legs. This is 50-50. To get into a T stance or create a capital letter T, we have to drill down on our right foot, so there give it more weight, and we're creating the capital T by putting the left foot at the stem, the hat, the stem, the capital letter T. When we're in this position, only the weightless foot can move because the right foot is saying, I'm holding you, I'm keeping you safe, I am obeying gravity for you. When you don't understand that principle and you have two weighted feet, most likely you will stumble because your body and mind says, I don't know which one's going to take me to advance or take me backwards. So we have to be clear, okay? So Tai Chi disciplines you and teaches you more about your body in giving you stability and movement that's safe. This is a T step. We're going to learn to create an L stance, the capital letter L, by coming out and to the side. So you say, well, that's a funny L. So the L can be looked at in two ways. If you pull back this left foot, you have an L. But it's not the L that you normally use for printing because there's a gap. So that gap needs to be there. So in other words, I don't want you to be in line and say, look, I got the perfect L. The perfect L in a Tai Chi world, there is a gap. So I'm going to turn this way so you can see. This is my T, this is my L. When I bring it back, there's a gap, okay? And we'll find out why soon, okay? But that's sort of different than anything that we do, but it will work better if we remember that, okay? And we'll correct ourselves all the time. So this is a T, this is an L. So how did I create my L? Did I go out here and say, this is my L? No, that's foolish because I don't have a good center. I'm stretched out and I am going to fall because I don't have a center. So how did I create the L? So put your right foot on a cross section of a line so that one half is on one line and the other half is on that same line but at a halfway point. That bisecting line is where your left foot will be. So this is your chi. When you want to create an L now, you have to come out and to the side. So that's the other way of looking at it as an L. Because if you watch my hand and then you slowly follow it with your hand, I said to create an L by coming out and to the side. Isn't that the L? But we do it in one motion. We don't step out here and then we come here because that'll be more of a disadvantage to our balance. All we want to do is come out like this. So what did I do? I brought my left heel out to yet another block. I did not stay within the same block and call it an L because I'm still in that T position, okay? So T stance, L stance. The energy is still on the right foot. We're going to have to move that energy through our system and come down and plant that foot down. We're in a bow stance, B-O-W. A bow stance is what we have created now, where the left foot is a bow, like a bow and arrow. The right foot in the back is an arrow because it's straight. However, that arrow is not so straight that it's locking your knee, but it is relaxed, but not dipped down. It's like a slide board, but in a relaxed way. This is the bow stance. Then we say we need to sit back and we have to sit down. So you found that your right foot now is heavier to allow the left foot on its heel to be semi-weightless so we can pivot. Pivot so you can face the bulletin board, drill down for stability, and that's going to be the cap of your T, and your right foot now becomes the stem of the letter T, capital T. This is T stance. We have to now, after a T stance, create an L stance. How do we do that? We have to come out and to the side in one motion. Out and to the side, turn our hips and waist, flatten the foot down, adjust the back foot. We're in a bow stance, bow in the front, arrow in the back. After we create a bow stance, the calling or the cadence says you have to sit back and you have to sit down on an imaginary stool to allow the weightless right foot to pivot because our left foot now has all the weight. So you're going to pivot the right foot, step down and drill down to obey gravity. Left foot creates the capital T. The next thing is an L. We're going to come out and to the side. We're going to move the energy from our back foot all across our system and come down and be in a bow stance. Bow in the front, arrow in the back. We're going to sit back and we're going to sit down on that imaginary stool. We're going to pivot the left heel. We're going to drill down and obey gravity. We're going to bring the right foot to a T, L stance, turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, drill down, T stance, L stance out into the side, turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, drill down on the left, weightless on the T of the right, L stance out into the side, turn the hips and waist, create a bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, and end with a T stance, okay? So good, you got it. You're getting your body moving. You're learning the different letters of the movement. That's an abbreviated way or shortcut to learn your feet movement, okay? This is what I want to show you what I think you did, okay? This is what I think you did. And we are all on our journey. This is our T, this is our L. Turn our hips and waist, this is our bow. We sat down on an imaginary stool. Twisted, twist step, T stance, L stance. Turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, root down, T stance, L stance, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, root down, T stance, L stance, turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Okay? Now, I'm going to do something and I want you to watch, okay? So your job is to watch to see that I start with a T stance, L stance, and a bow stance. So by the end of this class and you're driving home or going home, you should be thinking about what's the first step, T, what's the next one, L, what's the next one, bow. What do you do after a bow? You sit back and sit down. So that's what you're going to watch me do, okay? But after that, I'm going to match what my lower extremities are doing, and I'm going to add my top. Then it becomes a little bit more challenging, okay? But it's your turn to watch now, okay? So this is my T, this is my L, this is my bow. And I'm not going to talk, actually. I'm going to let you talk to yourself and say what you think the movements are. So every time I move, you should have a little word or phrase to describe what I'm doing, because that's how you can teach yourself. Okay, and then I'm going to end with a T stance, L stance, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, root down, T stance, L stance, turn the hips and waist, bow stance. Sit back, sit down, pivot, T stance. Okay, then I said that I would add my upper body to match my lower body. I'm going to choose to introduce to you parting of the wild horse's mane. So the horse is right in front of us, and we're going to use one hand to go up his mane. But in watching me, I want you to look and see how Tai Chi is letting you go up that horse's mane with one hand, but still making you safe, without reaching, without reaching, but making you more confident and sure in your form, okay? So, do it one more time, and I'm going to ask you some questions, so really watch. Okay? This time I'm going to do it this way, okay? I'm going to ask you questions, so really watch now, okay? So what I did for you was parting of the wild horse's mane. And parting of the wild horse's mane is a definite Tai Chi movement. But it incorporates not only matching the bottom to the top and vice versa, it did take into the discipline of saying T steps, L stance, both stance, sit back, sit down. But it also addressed a C word, the letter C, C-O-R-E. We are addressing our core. Everybody wants to strengthen their core, because if you can strengthen your core, you will be stronger, more powerful, more safe. The core is the head, the neck, everything to do with the central portion of your body. The movement does not, for Tai Chi, it's not a hand motion. In doing this, I not only did it fast, but I only am concerned about where my hand is going. But you say that Tai Chi is very slow, and it is. Slow is always more difficult. But why is it slow? Is because you are trying to incorporate your core. Everything emanates from your central part of you, not your elbow, your wrists, and your fingers. Okay, so we're going to remember that, and we're going to try to incorporate our core. So the 3 takeaways that you need to come in and leave with class are these. Real easy. C for being calm. So you enter class with a certain frame of mind. You leave it with that certain frame of mind, which is a sense of peacefulness and calmness, to bring peacefulness and tranquility when we do Tai Chi. So we try to avoid abrupt movements, harsh words, negative thoughts, all those positive, optimistic stuff. So you know, calm is the first one. Second one is incorporate your core. So you're going to say to yourself after you leave this class, how did I use my core to strengthen myself? And then you're going to have to work on it, and always ask yourself, am I using purely hands because this is where she said I should be, or is the movement starting from your core? The third letter C is center. Calm, core, and center. Center now means a lot of things. Center, remember we said center your hand and then watch the energy go out when we are to create stability. Centering means coming from the middle. Center means not leaning towards one side, forward and back. You want to keep yourself erect, but also mentally. Is your thought, is your view an extreme, or is it coming towards the center to make everything blend? Okay, these are just ideas that can be filled in with lots of specifics. In being centered both mentally and physically, we are going to be more confident, and we can do a lot more with power and strength. Okay, so think about those things, okay? So don't worry about what I taught you, because we do forget. We are volunteer producers for Olelo, so I will use what Ken has videographed, and I will edit it, and I will share it to you and to anybody who subscribes to my YouTube channel or visits my website. So my website is everydaytaichi.org, okay? And you can reach the online lessons of previous 12 years and currently this lesson on my website through my blog, Lucy's blog. So on the top you'll see a menu, click on Lucy's blog, you'll see personal stuff, you see Tai Chi stuff, you see everything that I feel that I want to share with you. So on that blog, it'll give you a couple links, you click on it, it'll take you to the YouTube lesson. There's several ways of getting to it. You can go to lesson of the day, okay, and navigate all kinds. You can read more about my background, our background. You can read more about, in greater depth, what Yang style is, what 10 form, what the 10 movements are, et cetera, et cetera. If at any time you have a question, just fire me an email, or if you don't have an email, you can talk to me after class, and I can also give you my phone number. So easy does it, right? Any questions? Okay, so you've all signed in, checked your name off, you've given me your email, and we're ready to go, okay? Good job. Okay, see you next time.